Well, as the World Cup moves into the latter stages, business is starting to heat up in the Premier League. For more on the latest transfer news, as you can see, I'm joined by James Savundra. James, we've seen some major midfield moves already in the Premier League. Looking like Manchester United might be next in line to make a move. Who are they looking at?
They have reached agreement with
Ederson. He's completed medical. He did that whilst on England duty, and the formalities of the move will be confirmed in due course following his return to England following the World Cup. It will be a British record deal worth £116 million, a fixed fee with no add-ons. He becomes the first signing of the
and how that impacts Man United's transfer window, not just in the midfield but everywhere else as well. Also, we've got some stories on Tchouaméni, Alex Scott, Buadi to delve into as well. But I actually, obviously we're not really in the news show, are we? The news show is normally at 10 o'clock. It's gone midday, and we can probably fuse a bit of news with a bit of debate and turn it in more to an 8 o'clock show, because there was something in the Manchester Evening News that I wanted to talk about instantly on the show this morning. And basically, we will talk about what Rashford said, and essentially he ain't going to do anything until August, which means the Somervilles of this world won't happen, because if Fulham or Spurs put an offer in any point in July for Somerville, we won't be able to put an offer in because we'll still have Rashford at the football club. So I think that, that's worth talking about. The Tchouaméni developments are following the path I said to you 2 days ago. So obviously we're getting good information on that. And Alex Scott seems to be the player that United are pushing, but I'm not convinced. I think there might be a little bit of spin about that. But I read this in the Manchester Evening News today, and I really do want you to get your comments in, if you're watching live or not, and just give your instant reaction to this. So Manchester Evening News has always had good connections with people at the club. While social media is blowing up with anger, there is a sense of calm at Carrington and Old Trafford. I mean, what's your thoughts about that? We're all very frustrated, but there's a sense of calm at Carrington and Old Trafford. Point one, Manchester United fans are frustrated because they care. Frustration, panic, impatience is because you care. If you're sat there going, we're calm, I think that straight away you failed the test. If Man United's board is calm and collected the first week in July, based on what they've done in this window so far and what's happened around them, then, they don't care. Because I absolutely agree with any United fan that is frustrated and, not calm at the moment, because that's what winners do. Impatient, If you're running a marathon and you're not allowed to start the race and your rivals have, are you going to sit there going, we're calm and collected? You're going to be going, when can we start? When can we start? That doesn't make you a panicker. That doesn't make you a loser. That makes you somebody who's like seeing that you're losing the race and you want to get going. So being calm and collected just shows you the personality of people we have at this football club straight away, that they're not the right people. The decision not to match Tottenham's successful bid for Fernandes has fueled frustration amongst some fans, especially after the club walked away from a deal for Ederson as well. But the football structure built by Ineos has plenty of experience in key roles, and the message is there is no sense of panic. When recruitment was being led by Ed Woodward, and United could be seen as a soft touch, and in this market that might have been the case by now. So what they're basically saying is that yes, they've not bought Fernandes. Yes, they've not bought Anderson. But they're calm, they're collected, there's no sense of panic, and they actually think they're doing a great job compared to people like Ed Woodward, who would have written a big cheque by now. And look, I suppose that there's definitely people in the fan base who are, really certainly going to back this sort of approach. I absolutely agree that they will. And we see them online all the time saying, throwing ridiculous things out there. Wow, if people like you, we'd have still bought Maguire. I don't get what the point is. All they do is they say, wow, look at what we did with Anthony. We spent 90 million euros and we gave him 200 grand a week and it didn't work. And that seems to be their argument for walking away from deals that